It's always a great pleasure coming your way with business on the marketplace, celebrating 25 years of joy. My name is Aboagye-Wiafe. Coming up this afternoon, Ghana Revenue Authority locks up Apollo Steel Ghana Limited at home in the Greater Accra region for 6 million Ghana cedis tax default. We'll be telling you more about this pretty shortly. Also in the bulletin, Eastern Regional Hospital positions itself to producing its own hand sanitizers for local and commercial purposes. Plus, the Ministry of Finance waives value-added tax on alcohol and 2 other ingredients to enable local pharmaceutical manufacturers to produce more hand sanitizers for the public. Details of all these stories and others coming your way in the next half hour of business, the marketplace. Don't worry. And thank you very much once again for making time with me on the marketplace. Welcome back. Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, has locked up Apollo Steel Ghana Limited at Boom here in the Greater Accra region for 6 million Ghana cedis tax default. The amount is said to be without penalties, which is expected to be calculated later. Debt Management, Compliance and Enforcement Unit of the GRA says the company has failed to make payments since 2018. Despite several engagements between the parties and the steel company failed to honor its promise, hence the closure. There's more in this report.
The action forms part of measures taken by the GRA to retrieve money due to the state. Leader of the team, Alpha Sananu Hosu, tells Joy Business the company reneged on its earlier promise to pay a certain amount.
We have been authorized by the Commissioner General to seal off the premises or the factory of Apollo Steel because of a default in paying a tax debt. So that is why we are here this afternoon. We are talking about 6 million Ghana cedis without penalties. My understanding is that the debt has arisen since 2018. So they are to immediately cough up the 6 million now in banker's draft, and the place will be open for them. There was an agreement that they make a part payment of a certain amount. And as of this morning, they were unable to make that part payment. So a decision was taken that the place be locked up.
Alpha Sananu Hosu says the GRA wants this particular action taken to send a strong signal to companies in similar standing.
Well, they are still pleading that they still want to talk to the authorities that be. But we are here to obey instructions. We are the law-obedient officers and we take instructions. Our instructions are simple. Go take a banker's draft of 6 million Ghana cedis or lock up the place. What I've been asked to do, we have done it. It means our authorities are sending a signal to other companies in a similar situation that this exercise can be executed on them also.
GRA says until the necessary steps are taken to address the tax default, Apollo Steel Ghana will remain closed.
Let's turn our attention now to the coronavirus outbreak, and many people yesterday besieged the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Pharmacy and the Pharmaceutical Sciences faculty in desperate search for hand sanitizers. The development has led to the patrons acquiring the commodity at the highest price offered. Love FM's Kwesi Debra has more in this report.
Following reports of cheaper hand sanitizers being sold at the KNUST Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences faculty, people thrown to the place to get a bottle. Though initial reports of 600 milliliters of hand sanitizers going for 15 cedis were later found to be untrue, the patrons were overwhelming.
Buy probably 5 bottles, and the reason is I trust my faculty, I trust my people. I know that they're going to use the best of ingredients, the best of formulations, so that's why.
When I came, I can see the quantity is less and people are here. We have a lot of people around who are even trying to get some and they are not getting. So we are still waiting in case we'll get.
Okay, so over there, I think they are selling bigger bottles for a different price and then smaller ones for a different price. But then you can see over there, the bigger ones have longer queues. You get it, and then the smaller ones has this let me say, shorter queues. So I decided to join the shorter one to get the smaller ones. It will be very difficult to get the bigger ones looking at the number. So I joined the smaller ones to get 3 bottles home. So that is why I got the smaller. This is actually 10 cedis for one.
Okay, for their price, their normal prices as compared to the first price. So I think the ones here are okay. They are cheaper than the ones out outside.
Professor Berko Penyanto is Dean of the faculty.
Well, for more than 1 year now, the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, we have a production unit that is into all kinds of products. Sanitizers, disinfectants, washing soaps, cleaning soaps, and all that, and all things. So our standards are good. So we said that let's now produce in large quantities. Make sure we keep our standards and make sure we make it more affordable. As a social service, we think the price should be as low as possible so that the average Ghanaian can afford. That is why we are saying that our 500 ml, which used to be 22 cedis, though it has changed to 25 cedis because of the cost of galenicals. Yeah, all of a sudden, alcohol, the price of a dram of alcohol has shot up. Other ingredients that we use in preparing the gel, the gel has also gone up. So we said, well, let's add a little to it.
Reporting for Joy Business, Kwesi Debra.
And as the nation struggles to find means of producing hand sanitizers and other protective and essential items to help prevent the spread of COVID-19, the Eastern Regional Hospital has already positioned itself to produce its own hand sanitizers for local and commercial use. The hospital says it first took the decision in 2018. Maswa Kudeko reports.
They started production manually and later acquired an industrial machine for that purpose. Since 2018, the hospital has been producing its own hand sanitizer for official use. Somewhere last year, they started receiving orders from some health facilities in the eastern region. It is believed that the alcohol concentration in their hand sanitizer is one of the best. Since the outbreak of COVID-19 and subsequent shortage of hand sanitizers in the country, the hospital seems to be cashing in. Kweku Obriyebua is head of the pharmacy department.
As a hospital, we saw the need to have hand sanitizers in all our wards and other departments. And so in 2018, management decided that we should do local production of hand sanitizers for use internally. So that's why initially we're doing manual production. You have to really stir it well to get the mix, and realized it wasn't working. So we went ahead and got the homogenizer. The ingredients, they're available. The only problem with it is that you would have to go as far as to Kumasi for some of them. Okay? And then we get alcohol sometimes from Somenya. Yes. But give and take, in a day, we can make 1,000 bottles of 500 ml.
He said the pharmacy department have not had rest since last weekend. According to him, many state agencies and private firms have trooped in to make orders. Currently, they are producing about 2,000 bottles for the National Identification Authority to supply to 8 field staff working in the eastern region. The hospital says if government support them with seed capital and other equipment, they can produce to feed the nation in this crisis situation.
The place has been quiet until recently, Friday, when the news broke about coronavirus in Ghana. And since then, we are not losing sleep. We've been working almost every day. Saturday we worked, Sunday we worked. If we'll be able to import our own product, it will help. That is one. So that we can make the projections and import the bottles. We're not able to get very good bottles with dispensers at the top in Ghana. The ones we have, they are not good quality. I got my bottles from China. So that is also one area that anybody who wants to come in can help us with. And then, like we said, mechanization of the the filling of the bottles and labeling. That's also another aspect. So basically, that is it.
Maxwell Kudako report for Joy Business.
And some good news coming in there is that the Ministry of Finance has waived the value-added tax on alcohol and 2 other ingredients for production of hand sanitizers. In the same vein, the Food and Drugs Authority is also giving a 24-hour service to all pharmaceutical companies. Udile Ntiama reports the Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association is expected to flood the market with many sanitizers by Monday to avert the current rush for the commodity.
I've been sitting with various pharmaceutical associations after the president made the appeal for local production of essential personal protection equipment.
Were there to be a surge, we have not got there yet, but were there to be a surge in the incidence of this pandemic in Ghana, we would all unfortunately discover that we are very naked to deal with it. And I felt that you, the leaders of the pharmaceutical industry in our country, together with some of the leading bankers here, the regulators of the industry, officials of government, and we can come together in this coalition, we can then begin to address these deficiencies in a really systematic and programmatic manner.
An earlier announcement of $100 million for the prevention and containment of COVID-19 from the president shows from these interviews that I have conducted that government does not have the money.
At my prompting, the Minister for Finance has made available the CD equivalent of 100 million United States dollars to enhance our coronavirus preparedness and response plan. That is to fund the expansion of infrastructure, purchase of materials and equipment, and public education.
We've all heard that government has given $100 million, but yesterday we met the finance minister. Well, they have a commitment to get 100 million. There's a difference between we have 100 million and we are sitting down. I don't think the 100 million is sitting down, but they are working very hard to make it available. Some available. He mentioned about $35 million to be easily available, but we are not waiting for those things. It's a call. We have to really see what we can do. Once it comes and it helps, that is okay.
The current situation from the 30 manufacturing companies under the Association of Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Companies currently have the capacity to produce prevention personal protection equipment and sanitizer.
We've agreed that the material that we have, which we are going to use for producing medicine, we are going to allocate them to produce hand sanitizers.
Ghana will not move past this stage successfully, and that is why the $100 million would have been needed.
Unfortunately, once it becomes serious and you move into the pneumonia level, then you need a real treatment. Those products, some have been banned from UK, and India is restricting some materials.
Government owes service providers who use pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical companies indicate if government pays this money, it will change a lot.
Currently, I must say that we have contract with the service providers. And the service providers also have contract with NHI. What we want is for the service providers to pay for the supplies. So Ministry of Finance is going to raise bonds that is going to pay for the outstanding NHI claims. Then they will also make sure that they pay on a monthly basis to the tune of almost 70 million Ghana cedi to the service providers every month.
This may be Ghana's chance to look at being a pharmaceutical hub for at least West Africa.
Most of the French-speaking countries do not have manufacturing facilities, and we can be providing the services to them. As at now, if you look at infusions, mostly the Ghanaian companies export to most of the French-speaking countries, and that is why we expect government to increase his interest in local manufacturing so that we can make Ghana the hub for West Africa.
Government has, however, shown some level of commitment to the sector in the past. 9 companies are expected to benefit from some 300 million cedis by close of year from the Exim Bank.
When I met the president, he said 302 million cedis is what he has allocated so far, and he said he has paid 192 or 196 million. But we are all at various stages, so we need them to, at least before the end of the year, if these facilities can be given the funds to complete so that Ghana can boast of new facilities that meet international standards to be able to supply Ghana and also start exporting. That would be very good for the country.
The Ministry of Finance has promised to also take taxes off the 3 main ingredients for producing hand sanitizers. Food and Drugs Authority is also contributing its quota.
We've agreed with FDA, the chief executive of FDA, that when we submit samples for registration, it will be done in 24 hours. Kina Pharma will submit a sample of a hand sanitizer to FDA, and we expect to have the approval by Friday. On Monday, we are going to give out more than 1,000 liters of hand sanitizers to be donated and given out to hospitals, clinics, and even to the presidency.
By Monday, there will be a glut for sanitizers, but will this support for local manufacturing just end at the corona vanishing into thin air as many wish it will? Currently, Ghana produces only 33% of its drug consumption needs.
Well, so President Akufo-Addo has been asking Ghanaian pharmaceutical companies to enhance their local capacities to be able to contain the coronavirus outbreak. Let's get on the phone lines now and speak with Deputy Executive Director and Principal Research Center for the Center for Plant and Medicine Research, Dr. Alfred Ampuma-Appiah, to actually ascertain to what extent that outfit has contributed so far to fighting the outbreak. Good afternoon, Doc, and welcome to the marketplace. Hello, Doctor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, I just want to find or get your thoughts on this. It looks like the outbreak also offers some window of hope for the breakthrough from your outfit. What have you done so far to help?
Please, can you make it a bit clear? I can't hear you well.
All right. So what has your outfit done so far to help contain the outbreak of coronavirus?
What we are doing is we are looking at some of our products that we will use to manage some of the symptoms in case we have serious infection in Ghana.
Have you come out with any breakthrough yet?
With regards to the symptoms, we already have some products that can manage if the respiration becomes a major problem. We have some products if there is, in addition to the coronavirus, maybe somebody's immune system is down because of malaria or so, and then we have some products for pain. So we have products that can manage some of these symptoms, but not the virus itself.
All right, and what is your outfit, how is your outfit contributing to the global search for a panacea for this outbreak?
For long-term search for a product for this condition, we are working with our collaborators to look at screen potential plants with antiviral properties, and that will be a long-term project. But now, like I said, the emphasis is on what we can do immediately to handle some of the symptoms if we have a serious spread in Ghana.
Now, a couple of people have come out with some form of medicines saying that it is quite efficacious to confronting the virus. Have you linked up with any of such persons?
Yeah, we are working with all of them, and each of them would have to be evaluated in collaboration with all the stakeholders.
And for now, how can you assure us, because it looks like it's still deadly and it's killing a lot of people, how can you assure us that we have some success rate in the pipeline coming?
You see, research is ongoing and collaboration is ongoing. Like I said, already we have a few products here that can handle some of the cases. Then we are also talking with all our collaborators, looking for more potential herbs that can handle. We are also working with our collaborators to encourage people to use various simple herbs that can boost our immunity as a nation. You know, when this infection occurs, the people that come down with very serious symptoms are those whose immune system is down. So if we can also make sure that we are living a very healthy life, eating good food, moving away from these junk food and others, and make sure that we have good rest, we exercise, then we make sure that we would have very good immune system to be able to handle this. Even if we are infected, it may not kill us, and we may not have serious symptoms. So we are also looking at that angle.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Alfred Ampoma-Appiah. He is Deputy Executive Director of the Center for Plants and Medicines based at Mampong in the Eastern Region. We're still live on the marketplace. We're taking a short break here. We'll be right back after this. That'll be it for the marketplace today. Many thanks for your company. For more business stories, log on to myjoynews.com/business. My name is Emmanuel Aboagye-Wiafe. Enjoy your weekend.